Thank you very much, Lord Provost. The relentless campaigning of the Lions of Tory has paid off. We must pay tribute to the Tory RAAC campaign group, those salt-of-the-earth people who wanted more, wanted to own their own home, and who put their shoulder to the grindstone for today for this real offer. To Raymond Davidson, who lent his help to them, that expert advice in pushing for alternative offers. Dr Crofton has already been mentioned, but he deserves credit. The Tory medical practice has been dealing with the fallout of this crisis, and the untold stories of heartbreak and ill health are shocking. I would also like to pay tribute to the Press and Journal, Lord Provost, for their Trapped in RAAC campaign, which kept the fire alive for so many, and we should not doubt the importance of these campaigns. It would also be churlish not to pay tribute to a couple of MSPs, to my friend Liam Kerr, MSP, and also to Audrey Nicholl, MSP, both who have been flying the flag for their constituents. Matters have rather moved on from the previous meeting when we had tabled our amendment, and it is with reluctance and holding my nose, given the past conduct of the administration, that we will be voting with their amendment today. Because, Lord Provost, I and other colleagues have been campaigning for a pre-knowledge of RAAC valuation since we made our first decision on RAAC. In April 24, I lodged a notice of motion calling for pre-knowledge of RAAC valuation. In August 24, when we made a decision on what we were going to do, we said pre-knowledge of RAAC valuation. But there's just been inaction on part of this administration. They want to say there was no money, but what there really wasn't was any leadership, any sort of push to do better for these people. It was just an acceptance of where we were. And that is really what I find shocking about this whole instance, is we are governed by political pygmies who refuse to put their shoulder to the grindstone and push, Lord Provost, for better. There's just an acceptance of where we are, and it's that record, I think, of inaction which is viewed so poorly by the campaigners. Because we could have been here earlier, and even if we couldn't, we could have seen a real effort to do better by these people, not just to accept where we are, because officers need to tell us what we can do, but as politicians we need to push for better for our constituents and to represent them, not to be inactive. And that's why today, Lord Provost, I've lodged, and I hope my colleagues in the opposition will support me, a motion of no confidence in Councillor Allard as the co-leader. He's failed to represent this city. He's failed to push for the homeowners, and that needs to bear consequences, Lord Provost. We cannot be elected here and do the bare minimum for people, blindly follow off the plans which are suggested. And we've seen that from Councillor Nicholl's questions about the other payments which have already been made. There's going to be a disparity here. So we will be supporting the amendment today, but it is with regret that it's taken months and months and months to get to this point, with inaction on part of the administration and a failure to really put your shoulder to the grindstone for these people from day one. Lord Provost.
Thank you.